Well, hello. This is Wizard of Mo. Today we are at the Wizard's table, and we're with Wizard of Mo games. It's a Sunday solo. We've been playing some Dice Masters lately. I've been watching a lot of videos trying to figure out solo and multiplayer gaming, and I came across the Danicha method, Danicha. And I really love her solo variant. I'm adding my little twist to it. I'm doing a abbreviated version of it, but we house rule that we all have at least one adventurer and then 4 characters, instead of having our adventurer as one of the 4 characters. Even when we play 2v2, we each have an adventurer and 4 characters. And because I have the 5th card, I'm also giving the AI a 5th card. One thing that Danicha pointed out was that when there are 8 cards for the AI, at least 5 of them will have to be cost 4 or less. So they have an opportunity to get stuff out because they do not have a prep area. Whenever their creatures are KO'd, they go to the used pile. Whenever they attack unblocked, they go to the used pile. So it's an abbreviated version. So I'm starting with 20 life, which is what you would normally start with, and the AI starting with 30. In the full out 8 versus 8 cards, she had them starting out at 40. The AI NPCs will never attack, and they will always block. The AI character dice, non-NPCs, will always attack. So, and if they attack unblocked, they go to the use pile. If they attack and they're blocked, they go back to the field. So it's slightly different. The AI will not use the basic action cards. Those are for me and me alone. And the AI will not use global effects. So I have fielded a cost 5 mask Rosnasi Banished Paladin with 2 dice. Oh, the AI has 10 dice, and I have 10 dice, and that's except for the basic action cards, and I've got 3 of each of those. I've also fielded Captain Elok Jaharwan, the captain of the Dragon Fang, with 2 dice. It's a 4-cost shield. I have Queen Grabstab, a 4-cost fist. I have Fenthaza, High Priestess, which is a 3-cost shield. And then UNT Pureblood, 2-cost bolt. The way it works when they roll dice and roll the energy symbols, they do not get a reroll. And they will start from the right and work their way to the left and buy the one they can afford. So if they have no shields, they will skip right over the captain and go to the queen. If they have no fist, they'll skip over that and end up going all the way down to the pure blood. I still get my standard reroll. We're all pulling 4 from the bag. So the bag here, we don't need them for the first few, but they'll be using the dark bag with the little sun symbols on it, and I'll be using the brighter Wizard's Eye bag for mine. We'll be keeping life on these little life keepers that are probably, oh man, these things are 26 years old. A friend of mine, Jamie Kelly, built those from scratch. Really cool life counters. I don't think he makes them anymore, but I think you can get little digital versions of these somewhere. Everybody's got their little roll down dice and this, that, and other, but I love these because there's several different functions he built into them. Thanks, Jamie. The player always goes first. So I will start off, and I will start by rolling 3 die. I think Danicha starts with 4, but I'm going to start with 3 dice. And here we go. Oh, who I have fielded. I have basic actions of Candlekeep and Blessing. I have the Tabaxi Rogue, the Paragon Harper. Gains experience when he's active. When my opponents field an NPC character die, I may prep a die from my bag, which is awesome. I have a Gold Dragon, which he's a 5-fist. A lesser dragon. He has breath weapon and anti-breath weapon, which won't be in effect in this game. But the reason why I have him is because I have the dragon statue trap. And basically, when I am attacked, if the trap is in the field, I can move an unpurchased dragon character die from one of my cards to the field zone at level 3. And then I return it to the card at the end of the turn. So that basically gives me, a 3-cost card that's going to allow me to field that 5er for a block, because it's only when I'm attacked, so not when I'm attacking. And what makes that beautiful is that I also have the Tomb Dwarf that says while the Tomb Dwarf is active, my trap dice cost me 2 less to purchase to a minimum of 1. So for 1, I'd be able to purchase the dragon statue trap if I have a Tomb Dwarf in play. So I got a little synergy going there. I may never purchase a gold dragon and just continue to cycle these traps through the bag. And then, keeping with the theme, I have a pseudo dragon, which is not a dragon, Emperor, and no specials because I have no characters with the tune. But it gave me a low 2-cost critter that I could get out there. So I'm going to start this thing and give you an idea of how it works a little bit. Again, this is an abbreviated version, but we'll go through that and show you guys how it works. So I'm rolling in with 3. And now I've seen this before we begin with this. I'm going to keep this roll. I've seen where the person who draws first basically takes one of their extra dice that they would normally roll and they put it in the use pile. And I think the reasoning for this is that if you only roll 3, then the next time you roll 4, you've still got one of those dice in your bag. And yeah, okay, maybe it's going to hinder you, maybe not. You're still going to pull it and add to your use pile. But it takes you 1 more round. Well, you're already being disadvantaged because you're only rolling 3 as first player. Okay, there's your disadvantage. But if you then have another one in your dice on the 3rd turn, now you've got another disadvantage. I think Danicha just rolled all 4 of them and started straight out because the AI has an advantage with life, but there are several disadvantages. So I'm just going to burn one of these to the use pile and roll these 3. So with these 3 dice, I have a bolt, a shield, and I have an NPC. So I could try to re-roll and maybe get... Well, I've got enough for this. I don't have enough for the pseudo dragon because I need mask. Same for the rogue. So I'm just going to re-roll all of these. Now, all right, so I did get an NPC, which I am going to field for nothing. 0, 1, 1. 0 fielding cost, 1 attack, 1 defense. Because I have a question mark, I can use this for any energy type, and I only have 2 total energy. So what I'm going to do is spend these, and this is something we weren't doing before. You put spent dice into a spend area, and then at the end of your turn, they will move up to the use pile. And the reasoning for this is that if there was anything else during your turn that would cause you to have to reload your bag, you don't want to use the dice that you just used on this turn. Now, if you purchase something, it's going to go to the use pile and it'll go back into the bag. But the energy or action that you spent is going to stay there until the end of your turn. So with this 2 energy, I'm going to buy me a pseudo dragon, put it into the used pile. I am not going to attack, so at the end of my turn, this spent energy will move to the used pile. And that's basically my turn. Quick and easy. But this did cover something that we had not covered before. So I'm going to pull 4 of these guys. They don't have, all they have is a field zone, attack zone, and a used pile. So we're going to go ahead and roll these up. And they don't get a reroll, so they're setting on an NPC, which they will field, and then they have 3 energy with a question mark. So going from right, we can't afford the 5 or the 4 or the 4. So we have a 3 with a shield. They have a question mark, so they're going to be able to take this and purchase Finthaza, and that's all in the use pile. The NPC will not attack. All right, comes around to me. I have 4 dice. I'm going to go ahead and roll in. All right. I've got 3 and an NPC. I do have a question mark. I think I like the question mark. I'm going to go ahead and roll the NPC again. And look at that. So I have a total of 4 energy with 2 question marks. I could grab another pseudo dragon. I could grab my rogue. But I think right now I would like to spend all 4 of this to get a tomb dwarf. This is the one that reduces the cost of my traps. I'll go ahead and put him over here. And with my NPC, I will attack. Their NPC will always block. But theirs goes to a use pile, and mine goes to KO. That's going to give me a chance to roll that next turn. I'll be done. The spent energy. Another thing that we weren't doing is that there is the clear and roll phase. Then after that, you're going to have your main phase. And when your main phase is done, you always defer to your opponent to allow them to play globals or spend energy that they have in their reserve pool. This doesn't matter in the solo game, but it is something we were missing. Then during the attack phase, when blockers are declared, that's the next time that you get to defer to use globals. So you have 2 chances to use globals. Also, one thing we weren't doing is if you have an action die in your reserve area, you can actually hold on to it and use it and wait to activate it until after blockers are declared. So there's 2 chances to use that during your main phase and after blockers are declared. That's your chance to use global effects and your chance to use your action die. And that's important. That's the reason why I'm doing this video. We know how to play. I'm showing you the solo version, but I'm also correcting mistakes or bringing out things that we were overlooking before. So these will move from the spent pile and move into the used pile. So I'll be bagging these next turn. Over here, we have 4 more left for the AI. So we're going to go ahead and roll these in. And look at that, shields galore. 4 of them, no rerolls. We go from right to left. Can't get Ras Nasi, but can get Captain Elok. So we will take these and spin them to the used pile, and we'll put the captain into this area here. This brings back to me, I'm currently at an empty bag, so this KO does move to my prep area, which means it will be part of my next roll. I will put all these in the bag, and I noticed I saw a couple of people who were teaching how to do the game. I'm going to go ahead and pull 4 of them. When they pulled their 4, they put them in the prep area so that they were certain to get all of the dice that were available. This is before they go to the reserve pool. course, generally you understand what you're rolling and you can sort of keep it separated. But that's why they have all these separate areas. This is a red bubble map. It's actually a little bit larger than a regular mat. I think they blew it up to fit this. That's why there's so much on the edge and why it's so big for the cards. I think that if you get a sanctioned mat, it's going to just fit the cards and be a little bit smaller than this. But I loved the image. Red bubble, 36 bucks. So, all right, I'm going to pull these from my prep area. We're going to roll in. And here we go. So look at this. Couple of NPCs, double mask, a mask, and this. Well, you know, I'd 2, 3, 4. I could do pretty good. Let's see if we can re-roll the Tomb Dwarf. We'll pull these aside because I do have enough for the Pseudo Dragon. And let's re-roll these 3 guys here. Both of the NPCs and these masks on that Tomb Dwarf. Let's see if we can get something. Well, look at that. I burned myself on masks and got both of those NPCs back. So what I'm going to do is field 1 and field another. And then for a mask and 2 more, I'm going to pull my Tabaxi Rogue. These were spent. He comes here. So what I'm going to do is attack with one of my NPCs and leave the other in the field. They have no blockers, so they will take the first point, and this will move to my used pile because he was unblocked. I will end my turn. My spent energy comes up here. So now they are bagging. I'm going to shake it up good. Get us 4 dice out. Oh, looks like they got Fenthaza out there. So we're going to go ahead and roll in. Well, they don't get a reroll, but look at that. 2, 4, 5 dice with a question mark. So they get Ross Nasi. He is the Banished Paladin, and he's a pretty good little dude. So his ability has no effect. He could put gear on himself. That's basically a die that he can attach to it that gives him some sort of bonus or benefit. And they don't use gear. I have no gear dice out here. You'd put them in a slot of a character just like this Dragon Trap. There are spells and gear and traps that you can do. It will take up a slot, usually better for a bigger field. We're playing with the smaller one, but it won't matter for them anyway. So nothing there. Only more people coming out. So there's 3, and if I can find that, 4. All right, here we go. We're rolling in. Well, I got a little Pseudo Dragon, some energy, and that. I think I'll just go ahead, re-roll these 2 guys. Let's see what I can get. Look at that. I got a better face for this. I got a level 2, and I got 3 energy. But that 3 energy, yeah, it's going to work. I will, but I have to spend 1. You know, I'm going to sacrifice not spending him. I'm going to spend, he's not on the field yet, so I'm going to spend these 3 with a shield and go ahead and get me a dragon statue trap. Let's see if we can get that dragon out pretty early. So this is spent. My guy is here. At the end of my turn, he will move to my used. These guys will move up because I am not attacking. All right, let's go back over here to the AI. And it's a ramp up at first, you know. You got to get those characters in there that have that double energy where you can really start calling out the bigger creatures. Let's roll in on the AI. All right. Well, it looks like they're going to field 2 NPCs, and then they only have 2 left with masks. 5, 4, 4, 3, 2. The only 2 has bolt, so these are actually wasted, and these 2 will be sitting here in the field waiting to block. They will not attack. So we'll come back to me. I have a single die. I put it in my prep area, and I have 3 more to go. Shake them up and grab 3 more. Look at that. A couple of good ones there. So let's roll these in. All right. I did get a dragon trap. I got a mask. I got this guy again, and I got a mask. All right, so I'm going to spend 1 to field the pseudo dragon. I'm going to place my trap into the field zone, and it's free to place it in there. And that means this last one is going to get burned. No, I'm actually going to go ahead and attack with my pseudo dragon, leaving this in my zone. It will block. I don't think the AI will gang block. They just have enough there to keep things going. We'll kill this. It'll go back to his used pile. Mine survives, and we'll come back to the field. That burns. Actually, I'm going to keep this because this can last and be used for globals. There are none in this game, and so it stays there. This spent goes to my used pile. I wanted to get my character out there so I can cycle him back around. So this is what I have. Well, the AI, have 2 dice, so they'll be refilling their bag. It looks like the captain will be coming out this turn. Yeah, maybe. Just depends on what they roll. And, oh yeah, an NPC, a mask, a shield, and 1 to field. They will always field, and you pull, of course in this case we will field this one. You would pull, if there was enough energy to be able to cast something, you would do whatever was in the best benefit of the AI. So, but they will always field, and having 1 left is going to do nothing for them. So they will spend this to field him, and this will get burned, so it'll go over here. There's nothing they can get for 1. Now for non-NPCs, they will always attack. And so he comes with a 4/6. Well, guess what? An opponent attacks me. I can move an unpurchased dragon character because I have this dragon statue trap. I can move an unpurchased dragon character die from one of my cards to the field zone at level 3, which is 7, 8. This is pretty boss. And it comes to the field. And then I return that die to its card at the end of the turn. I will send this to the use pile when it's triggered. So now I have a 7, 8 up here. And I might as well block with him. So I'm going to go ahead and block the 4/6. The 4 attack will go to my 8 defense, which does nothing to my dragon. My 7 attack will go to his 6 defense, thus killing it. And at the end of my turn, this will go back to my card. That's why I don't want to buy them, because they never go back to the card, but having one of them to move back and forth is pretty boss. So now, even if it was knocked out, it would still go back to the card according to the trap. All right, so they are done. At the beginning of my turn is the clear, so any energy I have here will be cleared to the use pile, not spent. and then draw. I have 4 dice in my prep area. There's one of those tomb dwarfs. I can roll it in, and I keep getting nothing but masks on them. But look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, you know what? The traps, I have 2 of them, and as long as I keep one over there, I could probably just continuously cycle that dragon in and out. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and spend 5. I have a fist, plus 4 more is 5, which will allow me to actually purchase one of these gold dragons. Let's see if we can get it out there. All right. Excellent. That's going to end my... no, it's not. I will attack with the pseudo dragon. He will have to block with 1. He is compelled to block, which puts him here, and I come back to the field. Nice. My turn ends. The spent goes into the used pile, and they are now ready to pull again. All right. Look at that. Now it's starting to get some meat out here. All right. We got a character. We got this. We got that. Okay. So this would be a case where I would be able to pull a character. Now, I saw Danicha do this. I only need 1 energy to bring him out. And she actually made change on a dice that has a double, because I'm going to need this as a bolt to get out a pure blood, Yon T pure blood. So she made change and spent, this will field for free, and spent 1 of her shields, so she rolled it down to a single shield, leaving this left, which allows her to put Ross Nasi in place. And then she is able to take these 2 and spin them with a bolt to bring this pure blood into her used pile, like so. So double energy is great, but you can make change off of it, and that's pretty cool, especially if you're trying to get out 2 characters and you need a shield for each or something like that. So he will send this crazy critter this way. I have no traps to trigger, so I have to decide. It only takes 2 to take him out, so I will block with my little pseudo dragon. His 4 comes to my 2, which will KO me, but my 2 goes to his 2, which will KO him. Just like that. All right, so I am back up. This moves to my prep area. I have 3 dice in my bag. I get to refill. And pull 1 more. And look at that, a whole bunch of basic energies. Let's roll them in. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again. Wow. And an NPC. Well, what are the 5? I've got mask. You know what? I'll field the NPC. I'll use a mask and 2 to pull the Tabaxi Rogue, and I'll use the other mask and 1 to pull the Pseudo Dragon. Now we're starting to fill up our base there. So these were spent. I will send both of my NPCs, which they are compelled to block, which will knock them out, and now these will go to my KO pile. Next turn, I'll be able to put both of those in my prep area. My turn ends, and these move over here. All right, the AI is thinking, this dude is getting ready to come in for a big attack. AI pulls 2, refills the bag. Meanwhile, I grab the stray. All right, the stray has been recovered. I'm going to shake these up a bit. Grab 2 more. Look at that, nothing but Nothing but black. Let's roll these in. 2 NPCs, 2 masks. Won't get them anything. And again, this is the abbreviated. In the bigger version, you'll have more options to buy things. All right, that comes back to me. So I'm pulling 4, and I'm moving this in. So I'm rolling 6 dice. All right, there is my rogue. And look at this. Well, that's pretty good. I think what I want to do is re-roll my dragon trap. And there you go. It doesn't have any burst effects on it, so this isn't going to matter. So I have 4 here. It costs 1 to get my rogue into play. And first I'll put the trap out there. Hey, that's free. What the hey? Looks like they're going to be pulling some heavy hitters here. So I'm going to go ahead and spend 1 just because I have to. I'll spend 1 of these to field him. He's a 1/3/3 currently with a trap. That's going to leave me 3 energy left. But no shield, so I can't get the statue trap. Not enough for this. The pseudo dragon and the rogue are gone, so this energy is just going to sit around here. Oh no, it's not. Look at this. I've been ignoring my basic actions. And for 3, because these are all generic energy, I could purchase 1 blessing. Excellent. Now we're talking. I will not attack. Yeah, you know I will. I'm going to go ahead and attack with him because he is compelled to block and he will move back to my field zone. I just got rid of one of their blockers. I'll move this into my use pile and they are now pulling. And oh yeah, there's a captain. Going to be coming out here in a minute. This dragon trap is really awesome. I never thought about doing that, but all right, so we know he's going to have to spend 1. He does have a lightning and a shield, so he's going to spend 1 shield to bring Captain Elok Jaharwan into play, and then for the bolt and the shield, he's got enough. We'll go across to buy another one of these pure bloods. He will attack as a 4/6. My dragon trap will trigger. This dude will come out on level 3 as a 7/8 and block him, sending him away. And then at the end of turn, this guy will go back to my card. That's pretty boss. I think an emperor is going to love this dragon, especially since he uses the elf that likes to buy dragons reduce. He might just load up on dragon statue trap, a bunch of dragons, and that elf. That's pretty awesome. It comes back to me. I am pulling 3 dice. And it looks like I have a couple of characters in there, including the gold dragon. There's that breath weapon. Spring 1 more, but these things will cost a field and a dragon trap. So yeah, it's really cool to get character dice. But what happens is if they all hit faces, you don't have enough energy to field all of them. So you got to be pretty picky about how you do it. All right. Well, that dragon could be expensive. It costs 3 to field him on his highest face. However, this dude is going to cost 1. Well, that's he's at level 2 currently. He might have somebody coming out. Let's go ahead and re-roll the dragon, the dwarf, and let's just reroll all of them. Let's see what happens. All right, look at that. Just as I thought. That's a 3-cost fielding. I only have 2 energy. I rolled him a level lower. So I will spend one of these energies to field him. And this guy does not come out. There's just not enough energy. This will sit in my pool. And I will attack with both of these. So when I attack, they get a chance to declare blockers. They'll block one of them. And then we could do our globals if we needed to. It's going to kill this. This one's going to come back. This one's going to go through for 3. Now we're starting to put it on him. It will go to used because it was unblocked. This guy goes back to the zone. And my turn will end. And now we are in business because I'm going to start prepping from my bag when they put NPCs out because of him. I probably should have done that last time. Oh, look at that. A bunch of character dice. And a bunch of energy. Alright, look at that. They have 2 character dice. One with a 2 field cost, one with a 1 field cost, and they have 2 energy. So they will field the 2 energy cost creature. And the other one, too bad, is going away. And he will attack. He is a 4/5. I have no trap. So I've got to decide, am I going to take 4 life or am I going to block with this guy? And I will block. And because I've blocked, he'll be KO'd. He will not. He'll go back there. All right, so he's got some big enough creatures to start doing some stuff to me. So his turn will end. This will clear. He will move to my prep area. And I am digging for 4 dice. There they are, along with this rogue. Well, he's back. And I have 4. What do I want to do? I think I will re-roll. I need some doubles is what I'm going to need, because I'm going to have 1 to do that. I'd like to get another Tomb Dwarf out. I could get another Dragon Shade. Let's roll this and see if I can get 2 masks on him. And I did. Look at that. Dice rolling. Alright, so I have 5 energy. One of these is a shield. I'll spend it to put him out there. And then I have 4 left. Will get me this other Tomb Dwarf. So now I have both of them out. And I've got my rogue back out on the table. Which he may die next round. We shall see. And they are up. Looks like they have an empty bag, so they are going to fill it up. They're gonna shake it up, pull 4. There's 3 of them, 4 of them. Roll in. Well, 5, including a question mark mask. They have everything they need to pull another Ross Nasi. So there they go. He will attack with a 4/5. I just haven't been able to use this NPC ability on my rogue. When my opponent fields an NPC character, I get to prep a die from my bag, but it hasn't happened while the rogue was out there. What am I doing dice-wise? I still have a bag full. I do not want to take the 4. I will block. Block will KO him. and he will move back to his zone. These should have been used. So I am pulling. You see the turns are relatively quick. Eventually I'll get this blessing. It might help me out. There's 4 dice. There it is right there. Along with him, let's roll in. Well, there's a smack, but I don't have an attacker to get a blessing on. But this guy, that give him +2 is not enough to kill him. So, and it costs 1 to field him. You know, I'm just going to save that and go ahead and roll again. All right. So I have this. 3. Still not enough. An additional no. So even with the blessing, if I blocked with this guy, I'd get +1 attack, +1 defense, which make him a 3/4, would not kill that 4/5. But if I double burst, I would give them an additional attack and defense, which make them a 4/5. And we would both survive, but I would have to go on luck. So I'm going to have to spend 1. I'll spend this to field him. I've got 3 left with the shield. I will buy a dragon trap, and I will hold this. I can't hold it a full round. I could only hold it until blockers are declared during my attack. So this is going to go away. And I will not attack. I'll just hold him here, there, and wait. At the end of my turn, this moves up. Not looking good. He's going to start picking away until he gets all of my dice gone. And there are some pure bloods coming out. So let's go ahead and roll these in. Looks like 4 with a shield. He's going to go from right to left. He's going to pull the captain. And all of these are spent. He's going to send the 4/5. I'm going to block. He'll be KO'd. He will come back. I still have a few dice. I have 3 plus him. So I'm going to be drawing 1 more here. Now I've got a couple of dragon traps I need to get one of those out there to take out that Fanthaza. And no, I got a pseudo dragon and my little rogue. 2 pseudo dragons and a little rogue. Alright, there's 1. Now see, this rogue has an asterisk on him, but this particular card doesn't use the asterisk. But there are probably other versions of him where his asterisk, his burst, will do something. But burst also comes into effect with spark, and he actually has 2 sides with spark on it. So he would be good with a spark character. Alright, so I need 2 to field. Which means 2 to field. And I think what I'll do is use him, spend him to put both of those up. And these will just sit here for now, because I don't have enough to buy either of those. Here he comes. 1, 2, 3, 4, including the captain. And nope, he has 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to work his way down. He's going to buy a queen grab stab because of the wild. Leaves 1 left, can't use it. Gonna send the 4/5. So what I will do, once again, no NPCs come out for my rogue. So I'm going to block with a pseudo dragon, sending it to KO, sending that back, and now I have a rogue out here. So it's my turn. This will go to used. This will go to used. I'll call in 4 along with that. All right, here's a double punch on the blessing. That's nice. Here is that guy. Here is that guy. Let's go ahead and re-roll this dragon and this little critter. I'm going to save these on the trap. Alright, dragon gave me a fist. This little critter didn't help. So it's going to cost me 1 to field this one and 1 to field this one. And they are both out there. So now I've got a guy out there. I'm going to go ahead and spend this action to give each of my characters +1 attack, +1 defense. And since I double burst, they'll both get an additional +1. Up to 2 of them get an additional +1 attack, +1 defense. So I will send this guy and this guy. And so I have a 7, 6, and a 4, 4. Well, the NPC will always block the highest one. So he will block here. The 7 will kill his 5. My 4 will absorb the 6. He will get knocked out. He will not. He will go through untouched for 4 and go to my used pile. Okay, I still have a fist left in here. They are up. That dude kept taking my people out. Fortunately, he never did any damage to me. They're running an empty bag right now and a whole lot of characters in here, especially 2 Ross Missies. Alright, 1, 2. There's one of the Ross and another captain. They're going to need some fielding dice. There they are. And Ross does not do his thing. They're going to save the shield. They're going to use 1 to field the captain. And then they're going to use the shield with 2 more to get another dangerous Finthaza out. She is the High Priestess, you know. He will send this 3/5, which his 3 would not kill my 4 on this one, and my 5 would kill him. So hey, let's block with this guy. Nothing else special. It's going to go ahead and kill him and knock him out, sorry. And then we'll move this guy back into play. My turn, this will clear. We'll draw 4. All white dice. Okay, that's fine. I really have nothing left to buy. Maybe some basic actions. That candle keep could help. Look at that. There's 4. I will take those and purchase a candle keep. I'm going to go ahead and send this guy for 5 unblocked. And he is going to come back, the Tomb Dwarf, because I still got enough in my bag. But I'll keep 1 guy here just in case he pulls some NPCs. That'll allow me to get some dice out of my bag and prep them. And he might. He's got some good dice there. Let's see what happens. And there's the Queen. And a pure blood, it's going to take 1 to field the queen grab stab, and none to field that one. This will be a wasted die. They will both attack. So, and the queen's ability is when she's fielded, she can pull battle stack character dice from my use pile and bring them into play, but I have no battle stackers. And the Wanty has a tune. They don't use action dice, so it doesn't matter. If they used action dice, they could deal damage and they would be unblockable, but that's not the case. So I have to decide here what I would like to take or not. I'll block the 3/6, which will knock me out. And this one will move back. This one comes through for 2. Boom. The pure blood has done damage, and because it was unblocked, it will go to the use pile. All right. That ends it. Drawing 3 more along with this guy. All right. Some masks. Look at that. There's a dragon trap. Little guy, little guy. I'm not going to be able to do much more, so let's re-roll these 2. Okay, just some energy. Not enough really, because I need 1 to field him. So I will use this to field him. And I will place a dragon trap out here, which is going to help. I got 2 energy left in my reserve pool. We'll hold on to that for now. AI looks like they're about to get a little bit powerful. It's a 1-point game. There's a Ross Nasi, another Yuntan. And it takes 1 energy to field him, 0 to field her. This will go away, and here they come. 1, 2, 3. My dragon trap will trigger, and we will bring a dragon out at 7, 8. But I can only block 1. So I will block the 3/6 with the dragon, and I will block the 4/2 with my Tabaxi Rogue. This will come through for 2 and go to the used pile. My 7 will take his 6 out, but his 3 will not touch my 8, so he will be knocked out. My 1 will not hurt his 2. His 4 will knock me out. He will go back, and he will return to the card. Wow. Talk about clearing the board. My turn. These will move. This goes to my prep area. I have a single die, and I'm reloading the bag. Come on, Dragon Trap. The thing about the dragon trap, you just roll the trap part of it. You don't have to pay to put it out there. You just pay to get it initially. And with that tomb dwarf, you get it at 2 less. That's pretty cool. And this is just one version of the dragon statue trap. There are multiple versions of it. All right, I'm rolling in 5 dice. I have nothing. All right, now I have something. I'll spend 1 to field my rogue. I'll spend 1 to field the tomb dwarf. And for 0, I can field an NPC. Those are spent. Will I attack? Of course I will. I will send this one and this one And he will choose to attack the bigger one. His 4 goes to my 2 and knocks me out. My 2 goes to his 2 and knocks him out. 1 goes through, which means he goes to the used pile. We're tied. At the end of my turn, this moves up, and here they come. 1, 2, 3, 4. That empties their bag, so I know all those characters are going to be coming in. So I have a gold dragon left, and he has a queen left. So we'll see what he rolls. There's that Fanthaza. She is... oh, I don't like her. There she is. And look at that. It takes 2 to field her. She has gotten 2 energy, which will field. And look at this, a 2/5 for 0 on the captain. Wow. They are both fielded, and they are both coming. Boom and boom. So I have 4 attack on this guy, which will not touch either one of their 5 defenses. So what I will do is block the one that does the most damage to me, and it will knock me out, and it will move back. I will not hurt her. This one will come through for 2, and because he was unblocked, he'll go to the use pile. But you see how it works. It's a little bit of picking here and picking there until they pick you to death. All right, again, recognizing and thanks to Danicha's video for her variant. I'm digging it with a couple of our house rules. I think it's pretty awesome. This will allow us to play some solo, practice how to use our cards before we get together for the big 2v2s that we play together. All right, I'm rolling 6 dice in. And look at that, a dragon trap, very nice. My biggest rogue face, which is not enough to stop her. And I got a little dude here in this. So how do I want to work this? Well, I would like to re-roll this one, and I'll re-roll this one. And I still have 3 energy, so let's re-roll. And look at that, just a bunch of energy. Oh, it's enough to call that dragon out. But I have a dragon trap. So I will, for 1, blink, spent, I'll field my guy, I field the dragon trap, and I have 6 energy left, which will buy me a candle keep for 4. Now, candle keep is going to give me the option to draw 2 dice from my bag and roll them, or prep 2 dice from my bag. I choose 1. No burst effect on them. Leaves me 2 of these left, and I will hold where I am, moving this out of the spent to there. Well, we know Fanthaza's coming, but who else will be joining her? We're going to find out right now. There's 3. Oh, those are pure bloods. And there's Ross Neslee. And there he is, Ross. Energy that. All right, so it's going to take 1 energy to bring Ross in. So let's go ahead and use that one. And he is in. Now, it is free to bring this NPC in, but I have an ability on this Tabaxi Rogue. While he is active, when your opponent fields an NPC character die, you may prep a die from your bag. Okay, so we'll just reach in there, and what do we get? Okay, a little pseudo-dragon. That's better than nothing. So he goes to my prep area. This is wasted. He holds him for defense, and here comes a 5/3 and a 4/5. But wait. Dragon statue trap. Boom. Used pile. Here he comes out. Hello. You stepped on the wrong stone there, guys. I think the way I'm going to do this is block here and block here. And here's why. My 7 will take the 5 out. Its 4 will not touch my dragon. This one, his 5 will kill my 3, but my 3 will take him out as well. And this guy will go to my KO'd area. He will go back to the card. And that means on my turn, which is now, this will move over. These will go into prep area. That was pretty cool. Tabaxi Rogue got me an extra guy out there, which is good because I rolled another dragon trap. And it did not roll the trap. In fact, I rolled no character faces at all. I'm going to go ahead and re-roll the characters and the trap. And I still have nada. Look at that. 2, 4, 6, 7 energy. I will buy a candle keep for 4 and a blessing for 3. And we'll put everybody over here. And if he pulls big, he's gonna hurt me big. I have nothing out here. Oh boy, here we go. How big can it be? Okay. Hopefully not real big. What is she? Well, look at that. She didn't roll nothing. All right, I get a free field, and I've got 3. It's not enough to buy her for 4, so they are going away. I got lucky. These guys are not attacking. Woo! That could have been catastrophic, but it wasn't. So let's see if we can get some characters out. So I have, I forgot to put the little cards underneath these that show you which dice belong to them. Fortunately, the gray is under the blessing, so this will show you that the gray is under the blessing and the cyan is under the candle keep. All right, that way you can sort of keep which dice belong to which one. All right, so I know this is a candle keep. Let's roll in. And look what I got. Nothing, 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 nothing. I think I'll hold on to this. Re-roll these. And there's a reason why. Because if I face out on the candle keep, I could draw 2 more dice and roll them in. And that would help me field the characters if I get a character face. And look at that. That's 2 on that. But there's enough to do it. And yes. So in order, in my main phase, I decide what I want to do. I'm going to take this and I am going to spend it to draw 2 dice from my bag and roll them. I only have 1. So I have to refill. That's why stuff goes into the spent, because that would end up back in the bag if I had not set him aside there. 1 more die. All right, now this is a blessing. So we're going to roll this in, and look at that. In order, we get to decide how we want to do this. All right, for 2 masks, I will field this dragon. I will spend this, which is because it's a double burst, he's going to basically get +2, +2. All right. So we know he has a +2/+2 at spend. Sorry. All right. So is that. I'm holding off. He is fielded. I will attack. But I have Breath Weapon. May pay 1 to deal 1 damage to your opponent and all of their character die. Well, let's spend one of these masks, making change, to deal 1 to this one, 1 to this one, and 1 to him. And now there's declare blockers. There aren't any. And I go through for 6 plus 2 for 8 points. He will come back to the field. No, he won't. He was unopposed. He will go to my used pile. But he was a good dragon. The end of my turn. I have 2 dice. 2 energy is not going to get me anything. So I will move this up into the used. Wow. Dragons are awesome. Emperor. Everybody loves an elf and a dragon. So the NPC says, well, you have no people out, do you? And I have the ability to bring it. And not really that well. This will put him out. He'll spend 2, 3, 4. Not enough to buy because he has to field this die, so it won't matter. 1 will field him. The rest of this will go away. He will come through for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 10 to 7. We're getting close. And he will go there. These are going to clear before I draw. This is coming down to the wire. I better get some good dice here. Uh-oh, look at all these basic actions. That might help getting some more dice out. There's 1, and there's that, which is really not that great. I'm going to pull him back and roll him, hope for another face on this and get some energy, and then use these to get some more dice. Here's my reroll. Look at that. That is what I'm talking about. 4 energy here with 2 masks, but these I can do 1 at a time. I will spend 1 of these to draw 2 dice from my bag and roll them. Masks and shield. I don't get a reroll on those. So I will spend this one to draw 2 dice out of my bag and roll them. This is not turning out very well. Look at that. I got a bunch of this. So I got a whole lot of energy and a whole lot of nothing. I will spend 1 of these energies to field him. I'll spend 2, 3 of these energies to just grab another blessing. And I'm sitting there with 4 masks in my reserve pool. I will end turn. I will not send him. And they are like, hey, we've got them down terribly so. Oh boy. That just emptied their bag. They're rolling in. And look at that. They're going to spend 1 energy to bring in Finthaza, 0 to bring in the Pure Blood, leaving 2, which got them nothing. And here they come. So I have a 1-4 and a 2-1. Well, I'll block the 2-1. They'll kill each other, a knockout and a knockout. And this comes for 1. And it will go to the used pile because it wasn't blocked. 7 to 9. This will clear. This will move to the prep area. I'm drawing 4. Next time I get a lot of energy, I'm probably just going to buy the gold dragon because I never get a chance to attack with him. He's just for blocking, really. That's what that statue trap is doing. So we shall see. Well, there's some, look at that, 2, 4, 5, 6. It takes 1 to field him. I need Fist, which I can use there. 1 to field him as a blocker, spent, and 5 with a fist will bring this dragon into here. So my traps are useless now, unless I'm just rolling energy on them. I will not attack. I need the defense, and they are running on an empty bag. These will move up here, and we are filling up the bag. Alright, 4 dice. Here they come. Here we go. Free to field. 3 does not buy anything. Attack. I will block 2 to my 3. Nothing happens. 2 to the 1. It will take this out. And this will move back in. Survived. The big ones are coming though. 3, 4. If ever you accidentally go in and pull more than the 4 dice out of the bag, if you pull 5, you don't just put 1 back. You put all 5 back in the bag and then redraw the 4. And that way there's not, ooh, look, I get to choose. All right. Dragon Trap. This, I know the Dragon Trap is worthless. So I've got an NPC here. I've got the Dragon Trap. But getting energy on it is not going to do anything. So I'll field it. It won't trigger. If I field it, it'll just sit there. That makes me wonder on the trigger that, move that on there. When it triggers, you put it, okay, I'd rather have it out there and not do anything, but at least it's not clogging up things. All right, so I'm going to re-roll these 2 and hope for an NPC. I got a couple of NPCs. I will field the Dragon Trap. I have 1 energy left. Because I have NPCs out there for blockability, I'm going to send, I'm going to send both of these for a total of 3. A blessing would have been nice, but they're going to go to the used pile. I have 1 guy left and a Dragon Trap and 1 energy. And they are pulling 9 to 4, my favor. Oh boy. Another Pure Blood and Finthaza. And there's the Pure Blood. And there's Finthaza. And it takes 2 to field her. It's 0 to field that. These 2 go away. And here they come. I've got a Dragon Trap that triggers. No Dragon Trap to pull. I've got a 1-1 and a 2-1. But I'm going to block the 4-5 and take 2 from the Pure Blood, which will go away. This will stay in play. This will go to my KO'd area. My turn, this moves. He goes to prep. I think I am empty. I need a dragon and some energy. All right, here comes 4. There's 3. There's the dragon, 4. And there is the blessing. Roll it in. The dragon rolled fist. He's a 1-5-4. That's a blessing. It's nice. Here's a 1-4-4. That's nice. Do I re-roll for the dragon? I don't think so. Because I need... Look at this. This is a double burst on the blessing. So I need 2 to field these 2 guys. I will spend these 2 fists from the dragon to field 1 tomb dwarf and the other tomb dwarf. I will spend this. I don't have to. I can do it after blockers are declared. I will hold on to this action and do this, and I will attack with both of them. This one is compelled to block the biggest guy, Now I will spend this action, and because it's double tick, they're both going to get +2, +2. That makes him a 7 to his 5. I'll knock him out. His 4 to my 6. He stays alive. He goes out, and this guy becomes a 6/6 and hits him for the final 4. That's how it's done. So that's just a little sampling of a baby solo game. Normally they would run 8 characters. 5 of them would have to be 4 or less on their cost, and just keep the amount of dice equal. You don't have to count the basic action cards, just your cards. And in Wizard of Mo games, we always use 1 adventurer that can get experience and the rest of the cards. So we would actually run 9 cards. That's how it's done. I'm going to post this up for the guys. Hour and 15 minutes. If you want to watch it, great. But I'll catch you this Friday at game night.